In the heart of America's supermarkets, something is shifting. The once familiar aisles are now filled with price tags that seem to climb higher with each passing day. A loaf of bread, a gallon of milk, a simple dozen of eggs, items that once felt like staples, have turned into luxuries for many families across the country. As inflation takes its toll, shoppers are facing a harsh reality. The cost of feeding a family has become a daily struggle.
So I've been shopping at Aldi for 2 years now, to the point where I did not have awareness of how expensive things were at other stores. What are you talking about? Was $8.25 now $6.89? Like this is some amazing deal. What? The off-brand is $5? I genuinely feel like I need a slap on the wrist, because I just left Aldi and I paid $1.19 for a huge box of off-brand Fruit Loops. They don't have any bad dyes in them, they don't have any bad ingredients, and they taste amazing. I just looked at the Fruit Loops here, $6.89. I just did the math. That is a 479% price increase. Because I have the privilege of driving 30 minutes to my nearest Aldi, I get to pay 479% less on cereal alone. If you're not in the food desert, you better be grateful.
Since no one wants to talk about it, I'm gonna be the one to talk about it, because something needs to be done at this point. Since when do you go to a supermarket and an 18 count of eggs is $8.99? So you mean to tell me that I gotta give you almost $10 for 18 eggs? And that's not all. Look at the butter. The butter's almost $13. Ain't no one doing anything about it. I think it's time that we somehow gather together and do something about it. How much is milk? $4.99 for a half gallon. My family drinks a lot of orange juice. Let's see how much orange juice. $13. Right. I didn't buy much because I don't have much. Let's see how much I spent. Okay, I bought 4 items. Just 4 items. $30. I spent $30 on 4 items. And $30, which leaves me $30 until I get paid next week. And these prices, no one's doing anything to bring down inflation. So, I think it's something we all should talk about. And you can start in the comments. Like, comment, and share. And let's do something about it.
These companies jacked up your grocery prices, and now they want credit for lowering them slightly? Target, Kroger, Aldi, and more are slashing prices because greedflation finally bit them in the ass. You're saying if people can't afford things, they won't buy them?
You just blew my fucking mind.
A phenomenon these corporations are just now realizing because it's finally hit their bottom line. Yo, they got so greedy that even some wealthy shoppers were like, we're going to Walmart. And while they're framing these price drops as helping Americans, grocery store profits have soared. So much so that the FTC has recommended an investigation, and they've been part of a greater trend of corporate greed that some estimate has caused half of inflation.
So I'm at Walmart right now, and I'm very confused of these prices right now. Look at the price of this meat. This used to be $3.94, and I know that because I work here. And you want to know how much it is now? $7.97. Like, what the fuck is up with this shit? I'm barely able to survive it.
Inflation is a mofo. Made $100 yesterday, working my ass off, just for it to go all on groceries. $103 in one shot.
I swear, every time I come to Walmart, the fucking prices go up. Bitch, I come shopping every 2 to 3 weeks. Tell me why this shit was literally $40 something, and now it's $5.87. $8 for fucking turkey. You gotta be fucking kidding me. And am I gonna buy it? Yeah, I am.
I just got back from the grocery store and I went there to get blueberries. There were 2 options, organic and non-organic. The organic blueberries were $8.99 for the box. The non-organic blueberries were on sale for $1.99. So like I can either buy the non-organic and have cancer later because it's all I can afford right now, or buy the organic and not pay my mortgage. So I'm just curious, like, how are people surviving in this economy? Like, seriously.
Can someone please explain to me At what point did cereal become $10? Like Captain Crunch, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, $10. And the off-brand, like $7.89. What kind of world are we living in that struggle meals are luxury now? Make it make sense.
I shouldn't be able to hold $80 worth of groceries in one hand. $80, and it's all trash. What I wanted to make tonight was miso steak bites over rice. I already have the rice and I already have the miso, so I needed the steak and I grabbed some kale. I don't eat a lot of red meat, but the last time I bought a steak, I'm pretty sure it was around like $7, $8 for a sirloin. $16.99 for a sirloin that was 0.81 pounds. Single green bell pepper only because we're gonna take the seeds out and we're gonna grow our own pepper plant. 3 cans of SpaghettiOs that he put in. 4 cans of tuna. I don't know if you ever did a deep dive on canned tuna. If you haven't, don't. Cuisine, Salisbury steak. Another deep dive you don't want to go down, but he might eat it, so I bought it. And it's freaking 4 ounces of ribeye steak, which now that I'm looking at it, it would have been the same price to buy the sirloin for $16.99 if I'm gonna make like almost a pound of meat. So, a box of Coke. Yeah, so if I hadn't already had the miso and the rice, I wouldn't even be able to make a meal, like a healthy meal for $80. How are people surviving? So this is my new Roman Empire. Yeah, but by all means, definitely the avocado toast that's stopping everyone from buying a house and starting a family.
You will not believe how much this food cost me here. Okay, this is one trip to Costco to feed one man, me. Can you guys guess how much this food cost here? Now, to be fair, yeah, I bought some salmon. Salmon's a little expensive. Yeah, I bought some 2 tuna steaks. Those are a little expensive. And I limited myself to 1 pack of raspberries because raspberries are expensive, all right? I'm trying to be conservative here-ish, but I'm also trying to get my protein in it. Guess how much this 1 cart from Costco. Oh, everything's cheap at Costco. No. Guess how much this cost. All right, you're not going to believe it. Put your guesses in the comments below. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You see that? You see that? $560 to feed one man for, I'm already almost through most of this food. Definitely the most expensive stuff was that 1 package of tuna was like $40. And then, we got some strip steaks and I did get a fair amount of salmon, but this is ridiculous. I don't know how people have their entire grocery budget for their family at $500 or $600. I am spending more than that on myself. I don't know how I'm going to afford a family.
I just went to the grocery store. First mistake. In Toronto. I went to fucking Loblaws. Fuck you, Loblaws. I thought I was gonna get a lunch. I thought I was gonna get a little side salad and a piece of meat. I was like, that's reasonable. That's doable. We're not gonna break the bank. We're gonna get a couple greens and a salad. Sorry, a couple greens and some meat. Can you tell me why, Loblaws? You know the containers that are this size for the side salads, in the pre-made section? You know how much they're charging for these? Close to $15. Every single one on the shelf was $12 to $15. I go to the meat section because I'm like, hey, I'm not getting a salad. That's the whole budget for lunch right there. Go to the meat section. I was like, maybe a beef rib. I haven't had beef in fucking weeks, months. $25 for 2 pieces of beef ribs. I literally just got a water bottle. That's all I could get for lunch. And I'm just gonna eat scraps that I have at home. Why is it $40? For a salad and a piece of meat? I'd rather go to the fucking keg at this point and get a quality steak.
Shrinkflation's not being talked about enough. We've gotten to a point where not only things are quadruple the price, but they're also giving us half the product. They try to hide it in the most small, minute ways, but you can always tell. Even if they're just skimming a little bit off the top, they'll do anything to make that extra little bit of profit. Even fast food has cut back so much, I can eat an entire McDonald's cheeseburger in 1 bite if I really wanted to. Not just the size or the quantity of things, it's also the quality. Restaurants, grocery stores, fast food places, it doesn't matter. Things taste different to me. Vegetables, meat, fruit, everything. There's something about it that just tastes off. Like chicken and beef. It's just disrespectful at this point. They really think we're stupid. And the thing is, I don't know if it's ever going to go back to normal. The fact that they've made record profits fooling people like this and we still buy it because we have to kind of tells me that this is never going to change. If it always comes down to quality or people over price and money being made, they're always going to choose the money being made. I swear, there was a time where you could go to the store or go to McDonald's with $3 and feed yourself for at least a day.
So this, and this, that was $56 alone. But this little bit of food, plus water and ramen, $236 in Sam's Club. But why?
You guys, I'm at Superstore and I haven't gone grocery shopping in a while. Like, I want to say a month, right? Food lasts us a long time. We're only a family of 3. But the prices are sending me in a literal coma. Let me show you the price of romaine lettuce just for three things of romaine lettuce. I'm sorry. What the heck? How are people like living? How are people able to survive? How is this okay? Okay, I'm like actually gonna cry. This is a joke, right? 2-pound bag of baby carrots. Like, look at this thing. It's the size of my hand. And for someone not living in British Columbia, Canada, just to give you a little price comparison, that romaine lettuce like a few months ago was like $4.99, and those baby carrots are like usually $1.99. So like, you do the math because I suck at it for inflation, okay? Now, I'm not ignorant to the prices. Like, I knew that the prices were high. It's just I haven't stepped foot in a grocery store in a while. So I didn't realize it was this bad. Like, this is honestly so disheartening.
I need you guys to tell me when 3 bags at Target cost $195. Because never in my motherfucking life, ever. And let me just show you what I got. Nothing crazy. Let me just show you that it actually was 1, 2, 3 bags. I'm a hot, sweaty mess. But I just need to know how. I have toilet paper. Yes, I needed these. They're expensive. They were like $11. Ridiculous. I know this is one of the top things. Got it. $5. And I have the receipt. Like, I can look at what the most expensive things were. I had to get detergent, so I got Cascade. I think this was $8. And my big tub of OxyClean, which this is $14 for the big one, $10 for the smaller one. So I went with this one because it's more cost effective over time. All that somehow ended up being like $60, $70 alone. How is this $130? There's nothing in here. There's literally nothing in here. And then when you look at the receipt, like, I get it. It's all like, because they're 14, 11, 12, 10, 15. Holy fucking shit. And I make a decent amount of money for myself. My heart breaks every day knowing that there's people who I'm actually gonna cry. I'm so frustrated with America. This is the empath in me. Because I know there are people who literally have to put their groceries on their credit cards, and I can't stand to see that. I really can't stand to see that. I just think it's asinine. I think, how is inflation even to this point? How is anyone paying for anything? How are we living? How are we getting through life? I mean, anyways, don't go to Target.
Tell me how this cost me over $500 in 2024. Inflation is crazy.
So if you're thinking about having kids in this economy, think again. You literally will have to go back to work minus 2 minutes after having the baby, because this right here cost me $70. Plus I got a bone broth mixed salt paste. $72. The grapes were $35. 3 bananas, he's already eaten 1. What is going on? What is going on?
And yes, I was aware of the price before I paid for them, and I will never not buy fruit for my kid.
Looks like we're buying frozen blueberries from now on.
So what did they say the inflation is nowadays? Because I think they're lying. I compared some numbers. I looked at old receipts from 2019, so prior to the pandemic. I looked at my receipts from Target, from Costco, and the numbers are not adding up. I looked at probably a couple of dozen items, and the lowest percentage price increase was around 10%. And then the second item that's like lowest, second lowest, is around 18%. And then everything else is in 20s or 30%. So they're lying. What are they saying the inflation is? Because it's not that. But you know what hasn't increased? People's salaries haven't increased. Did you compare the prices from 2019 to today? What are they? What are the percentage changes that you find?
This is why you feel poor when you go to the grocery store, even though inflation is actually down. If you bought this and this in 2020, it's like $10. Now, 15. Why so much if inflation isn't up 50%? It's something called a permanent price adjustment. So even though inflation's come down, it doesn't mean that people who previously raised their prices are also going to decrease prices. In fact, they're probably going to keep them high. So the grocery store is going to continue to punish you even though inflation's gone down. So you're not going crazy, you're paying way more.
Anyone ever do this? Check this out. It says $2.59 for a peeled white onion a pound. Now watch how much it'll be when we check out.
Weigh your item.
1 pound, 86.
Item.
See that? Price is still the same since Wednesday. So let's switch it up and go with a peeled sweet onion and see if this one's accurate.
Move your yellow onion.
Okay, that one's wrong. Sweet tart kiwi fusions, $2.99. $2.99. Slippy Sour Patch Kids, $2.99. Sweetest fish. Here we go. 30-cent markup. 30-cent markup. $1 markup. SMH. So I've been noticing that a lot of the items, they don't really line up with what's said on the shelving. And it's off by not a whole lot, a few cents here and there. But check it out.
As grocery bills continue to rise and families grow desperate, one thing is clear. Something must change. The voices of everyday Americans are rising in unison, demanding answers, transparency, and most importantly, affordable food.